Hey folks, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're talking about debit cards and why you shouldn't use them. Get subscribed to the channel, like the video, join the Discord. Let's get into it. So if you're just starting out on your credit journey, it may make sense to use a debit card because you've just opened up a bank account, don't have any credit, and credit cards might seem kind of scary to you. Credit cards might seem scary because everything about credit score, credit history, payments, all that stuff. But I assure you, if you're able to use a credit card responsibly, you're going to want to do that. But if you're not, then maybe, yeah, stick to a debit card. It might be in your best interest. But let's go over these reasons why you should never use a debit card and why using a credit card actually helps you out in the long term. Reason number one is the protection that you get from liability or fraudulent charges or purchases made on a card. Credit cards, most of the time, you will never be responsible, or you might only be held liable for only a small amount for any fraudulent transaction. So if your credit card's stolen, or if someone skims it, steals your credit card number, goes and buys $100 worth of gas or $200 worth of gift cards, you can tell your credit card company, hey, that wasn't me. They'll open up an investigation and most likely credit that money back to you. But if someone gets a hold of your debit card, which is linked directly to your bank account, and they either use that somehow to withdraw money or to make unauthorized purchases, you can still put a claim in with your bank, but it might be harder to get that money back, or if it's been gone for a while, you didn't notice it, you may not have any recourse to get that back. And also thinking about large purchases. If you get scammed buying something on a website or buying something from someone, a credit card, most of the times if you don't get what was advertised to you, don't get the product that you bought, you can dispute it. Debit card might be a little harder. So it's not to say that if you use a debit card and something happens, you're sorry out of luck. Chances are your bank can still try to help you out, but the process and the credit might not be as easy as if you just use a credit card to start out with. Number two, one of the main points now, no rewards. Most debit cards issued by traditional banks won't give you anything. We see now with digital payment, e-payment companies such as PayPal, Venmo, Acorns, Cash App, they might offer debit cards with that service that lets you use money from, for example, your Venmo balance. And they might even give you some rewards for using that card at certain merchants or some small cash back. But these rewards most likely will not be as robust as what you can get from a credit card. And also, I talked about this to death in my shopping guide, in my money saving guide. You can also get these cashback rewards on cashback websites such as Rakuten, Honey, Swagbucks, whatever the website is. They're most likely going to be offering at least some type of cashback comparable to what these debit card rewards can get you. Most of the time, these will come nowhere near the types of rewards that you can expect from using a credit card. Even just the basic Citi Double Cashback, 2% on all purchases. Chase cards, 5% on travel, 5% on dining. Other cards, you can easily find up to 5% on certain categories with no annual fee. So if you're using a credit card with no annual fee and getting rewards, that's free. Use a debit card, you're not going to get any of that. So think of it as 2% off everything you buy, or just 1% off everything you buy. You can at least, at the bare minimum, find yourself a starter credit card or some type of credit card that gives you at least 1%. So there you go, 1% there, 5% with Rakuten, that's 6%. You use a debit card from Venmo, they'll give you what, 3 to 5%. You have to use it on specific merchants, might be a cap. It's just not the same type of deal. Moving on into number three, purchase protections and extra benefits. Your debit card will most likely not come with any of this stuff. Back in the first point, I talked about protection against fraudulent purchases, fraud monitoring, but the purchase protections extend beyond that. I have a whole video series going over a deep dive into different protections and benefits you can get from your credit card, but things such as extended warranties, travel trip protection, return protection, rental car insurance, cell phone protection, the list goes on and on and on. And a lot of these benefits are offered by cards with no annual fee. For example, the Wells Fargo Amex Propel card, Chase Freedom Flex, Chase Freedom Unlimited, some of the Discover cards, Amex cards. And of course, if you do have a card with an annual fee, most likely these benefits will be better, or they might offer more coverage for you. So if you use a debit card, you're not going to have any of these. And as I said, with the cards with no annual fee, it's absolutely free. There's no cost to you as long as you're making those on-time payments. As long as you're not getting hit with fees or excessive interest, yeah, it's free to use. And there are other benefits that you could get from signing up with a credit card. For example, intro bonuses as well, or limited time offers with balance transfers, or maybe no interest for the first 18 months. Just extra perks to try to get you to sign up for these cards. Once again, if you can manage your cards, you can manage your credit, not get hit with any of those fees, these are awesome extra perks that you can get. Somebody may give you a little bit for opening a bank account, but for using a debit card, probably not. Sign-up bonuses for credit cards can range from $50 up to $500 depending on the card that you get. Point number 4, if you use a debit card, it's linked to your bank account, so you can only use as much money, have as much purchasing power as what you have in your bank account. Now, I'm not telling you to go out there, get a credit card, and max the credit card instantly. I'm telling you that that's the maximum limit that you can have, and it's your money. So if you use your debit card to make a purchase that the retailer may have to put a temporary hold on, for example, if you're going to get a hotel room, they might put a $200 hold for incidentals. If you're renting a car, they might put a hold on there. That money is going to be held from your bank account balance, and you're not going to be able to use it. It may take up to a week for this money to get released back to you. So if you only have, let's say, $200 in your bank account and that money is being held, you're not going to be able to use it. Whereas with a credit card, it's all credit that's granted to you by the credit card company. If you have a credit limit of $2,000 and they put a hold of $200, as long as you're not maxing that card out and the hold goes away, you can still spend money freely without any limitations. So if you use a debit card, you can only spend as much as you have in your bank account. Now, this might be a good thing if you can't control your credit cards, if you can't make those on-time payments and you're racking up a lot of interest, then yes, maybe a debit card is good for you, because this downside of having credit to work with is actually an upside. With the bank account, you're only limited. You're not going to be able to buy anything that's more expensive or to pay for things that you cannot afford. But in general, credit cards will offer you a little bit more flexibility in terms of the amount of credit that you have available. And number 5 reason to use a credit card and not a debit card is you can build credit with a credit card. You can't build credit with a debit card. The whole credit scoring system is based off of your history and how you can responsibly manage credit that's given to you. Ultimately, get access to more credit. Starting out with just one credit card might turn into a couple credit cards. That credit history might turn into an auto loan. If you're good with that, that might turn into more personal loans. If you're good with that money, you might be able to get a home loan at good rates, good prices, save you money. Because if you have a bad credit score, if you don't have a credit history, banks or lenders may be more hesitant to lend to you. They might charge higher rates, higher fees, as opposed to someone with an established credit history with a good credit score. So some people are scared to apply for that first credit card or to use credit, because it does come with the application and you will get that initial hard inquiry on your credit report. So your score will drop a little bit. But if you can use it responsibly, pay your bills in full, on time, every single month, this will work towards building up your credit score. And for most people just starting out, there are options out for you, either a secured credit card, a secure line of credit, or just starter credit cards. So if you are new to the world of credit cards, don't get scared. Do your research online. There's tons of videos, tons of articles, guides to help you through and to make sure that you know what you're getting into. The most important things, make sure you're paying it off in full, on time, every month. That means not spending more than you can afford. Don't just go out there, put that new TV on the credit card because you can. You're not going to be able to afford it, and the interest payments will kill you because it's not cheap. People say interest rates are low. Credit card interest rates are not. So at the end of the day, just be wary of that and also any fees that could be charged. But these are just a couple of reasons that I came up with to encourage you to use a credit card responsibly and to remind you of some of the benefits of credit cards that you may not have thought of. As with a lot of things, each individual credit card and its benefits will vary. So check with your credit card, check with your bank to see what benefits are available to you. But more often than not, there might be something in there that you didn't even know was covered or you didn't know you had access to. A great time to make use of it, especially if it's a card with an annual fee. But thanks so much for watching. Be sure to check out my credit card guides, my credit card reviews here on the channel. If you like the content, I thought this was helpful, be sure to hit that like button. Get subscribed to the channel. Thanks for watching. Peace.